Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Bearded Existence back to do another video for you guys. This video is strictly about my beard cut. As you can see, I cut a lot off my beard. I could actually see my neck again, which I haven't seen in a long time. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me get a little closer. See that I did cut a lot off my beard. You know what I'm going to do? All right, I'm stretching my beard out as far as it can stretch. So I'm going to try and post a picture right here so you can see how much I actually cut. My beard actually used to drop down. Let me step back. My beard used to drop down to right about here. So I cut a nice amount off the front of my beard. I'm going to get into that in a second. But I first want to start off by telling you guys, man, thank you, man. I really appreciate all y'all brothers out there. Man, y'all dropped a lot of comments that really had me thinking. Some of them had me in my feelings a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate that. And at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do for that. Because, you know, I really appreciate y'all, man, for that. And a lot of the comments y'all had, y'all, you know, your brother was a little bit weak for a minute. And y'all got me right back on point. So I want to talk to y'all about that too. But I talked about the reasons for me thinking about, let me turn this hat around because I can see the shadow. Make sure my eyes aren't all dark from the shadow of the brim. But let me talk to you guys about a couple things. The grass is definitely not always greener on the other side. And that's something that we got to learn as men. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things I like to learn from the various beard stages I go through. This has taught me a very valuable lesson. You know what I'm saying? And that lesson is something that I've known all along, but sometimes you forget, you know, the things that you've learned throughout your processes, and you got to be reminded. So this was a big reminder that the grass is not always green on the other side. So I watched many videos where I watch brothers, you know what I'm saying, take a pick, go through their beard with no problem. It looks like their grooming is 1, 2, 3. And I wanted to get back to a stage where I could do that, where I could just, you know, groom my beard really easy, have it not be so much of what I thought was a burden, you know what I'm saying? And now I feel a little bit differently. I feel like I miss my beard already, and shout out to a lot of y'all brothers that told me that this was going to happen. And the very first day after I trimmed my beard, I went somewhere, and it was a brother with a nice big beard, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I didn't even get the nod. You know that nod that you give somebody. I didn't even get that nod.
No nod. Like his neck was broken.
Well, maybe something is wrong with his neck. Did you ask him? Something wrong with your neck?
You know what I'm saying? So the grass is definitely not green on the other side. I was a brother with the bigger beard, looking at brothers with the smaller beards, thinking that maybe I should trim my beard because I thought the brothers with the smaller beards had a lot less to deal with. It was a little bit easier on them. I wanted to be on that side of the fence. Now that I'm on that side of the fence, I want to be back on the other side of the fence. You know what I'm saying? So the grass is definitely not greener on the other side. Don't let them fool you. You know what I'm saying? Get your lawnmowers out, inspect that grass before you start cutting. I want to tell you guys, I want to talk to you guys about how I trim my beard. I did not go to a barber to get this done. Okay, so the trim is not perfect. All right? Never going to be perfect when you're doing it yourself. But let me just tell you what I did. First, I wish I could have did it so I could show you guys. I thought that video was going to be a little bit too long, a little bit too detailed, and it was just going to be a whole lot for me to try to edit all of that down to get it to a manageable size where you guys would want to sit down and watch a video that long. So I didn't record that. And it was a very stressful, you know what I mean? A very stressful situation with me trimming the beard. So I needed my full undivided attention on what I was doing. So first thing I did was I broke out the blow dryer and I blow dried my beard, okay? I blow dried it all the way out, combed every section by section, and when I got to the end where I wanted to cut off, I trimmed it with the scissor and cut off all of the ends. I did that to make sure every part of my beard got touched. If there were any split ends or anything, all of that got cleaned up. Because if I was going to do a trim, I wanted to make sure it was going to be the healthiest trim possible, so I was going to touch everything. After I did that step, did the whole beard, and I probably only took off maybe about that much, maybe a ½ inch, you know what I'm saying, maybe a ½ inch to an inch when I did that. I also, after that step, now I took my chin, and because you can see, let me step back. You you see the shirt, hashtag beard problems. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what your boy been dealing with. And I figured this shirt was very fitting for this video, so I was going to break it out for this one. My beard used to go down here when I pulled it. Look, this is as far as it goes now. So you can see, let me step back in. So you can see I cut off from the front of my beard. Shoot, I probably took about that much off. All right, because there's no more stretch, no more hang time here, fellas. All right, so I combed all this out and I cut a large amount. But check this out, I only did it right here on the front of the beard, okay? Then what I did was I wet my beard, totally fully wet it, so it goes back to the way it forms naturally, the way it curls all up. And then I cut large amounts of my beard off at the side. Underneath, I didn't touch again. So looking at my beard, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why I did that. I know from having my beard what my problem areas and my problem spots were in growing a beard. I know I'm gonna grow my beard back. So those areas I didn't touch. So underneath, for example, if I grab this hair underneath here and I pull this down, let's see if you can see that. So I didn't cut, see that? My trouble areas. So what I did was, now underneath is actually longer than the front. You know what I'm saying? And what that did was, that solved my problem. That solved my problem of combing my beard out and it being wet and curling up. So now even if this curls up, when it does, this is not sticking out in the front and that's curled up tight, so I'm good to go in the morning. And it's gonna give me a chance that when my beard starts to grow out, I don't have to worry about underneath catching up. Now this has to catch up with underneath. And I can trim just the very front layer, you know, as I go along. So the way I trimmed the front was, I trimmed the very front shorter, a little longer, a little longer, a little longer. So that way it kind of looked like my beard is rolling from the front to under my neck. Again, I wish I could have showed you guys that, but I was worried I was gonna mess something up trying to do that. The other thing that I noticed after the trim, now I'm not telling you guys this so you guys go out and do this, but it's been so long that I trimmed my beard, my hairs acted and reacted in such a way that it's just pretty surprising. My beard kind of feels healthier, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's because it's smaller that it feels this way, but also these hairs here that were so straight, they curl right back up. And these hairs used to look like they were so much of a different texture than the rest of my beard. Now it all looks the same. I don't know if it's because of the weight or the length that the front had got to, and that's why it looked like that, or what the situation was, but I did notice a big difference in the front of my beard, okay? Now, I know this video is getting long, so I'm gonna tell you guys, final, last but not least, definitely, y'all brothers stuck with me, y'all brothers stuck by me, y'all brothers gave me a lot of encouraging words, and what I want to do here, I'm going to figure out a way to, I'm going to figure out a system, and I'm going to come up with a year challenge. Okay, so basically, I want to grow my beard back with my brothers, and I want to do this together. So I'm going to set up some sort of a way where we can go through the struggles. We're going to talk about the struggles, talk about the differences, talk about the different stages. And I don't know if I'm going to put out a video on a monthly basis, a semi-monthly basis, just on this one thing, just strictly for the brothers that want to get in this challenge. We can go through this together. Even if you're not in the challenge, of course, you can watch the videos and give your input and that kind of thing. But we're going to work out our kinks together. We're going to work out, no pun intended, we're going to work out the troubles, go through the rough stages and all of that together and see where we end up in a year. Now, so that I don't go through what I went through on this beard challenge, because once I get something in my head, it's kind of hard for me to change my mind. And after that first trim, and I started thinking trim, it was bound for this to happen. You know, so on the next beard, on this year challenge I'm talking about, I believe I'm gonna continuously trim just the front layer of my beard so that I don't get that look again. And being that I'm on an equal playing field now with my beard, hopefully that works out. if any of my brothers are out there and y'all at the same stage where I was at before, I'm not telling y'all to cut your beard. Don't. Wait till your beard hits the length you want it to reach, and then do the trim. Don't do it as big as I did, of course. So I wanted to drop this video as quick as possible. Came home and I wanted to get this out. I didn't even comb my beard for the video, you know, so this is after a full day of work. And of course I don't comb my beard when it's dry. I'm sticking to that. But the future videos I'm gonna be putting out, we're getting back to the basics. We're gonna get back to tips, pointers. We're gonna get back to you know, all of the struggles, all the things we go through. We're gonna do this together, and there's a lot of information I'm gonna give you guys I haven't given y'all yet, so stay tuned. I'm probably gonna do the year challenge mostly on Instagram, so it's easier for you guys to chime in and comment. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I know I've been totally lacking on that channel. I really put out a small amount of content on Instagram, but I'm gonna try to do better with that, especially with this year challenge. So you guys make sure you do me a favor and go on over there and follow me on Instagram so that you can, you know, stay up to date with the year challenge and what's going on. And that way you guys can comment, and it could be almost like a forum sort of thing where other brothers can answer some questions that I may not be able to answer that they may be able to answer. Okay. And once again, let me step back because I've been dying to put this shirt on for a video. You see the shirt here, hashtag beard problems. And this is what your boy Bearded Existence was going through. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see y'all brothers soon. All right. Peace.